So I should point out this is the Western version of the game, Sorcer Striker, at Mahou Daisakusen, the Japanese release, which is supposedly more difficult. I haven't played that version. This one is pretty easy. It's like a console difficulty game. Pretty easy in the scope of arcade shoot 'em ups. Conceal these turrets on the back of the mid-boss. And use the H weapon for most of the game because it's by far the most powerful. But right here I take F for a little bit because there aren't going to be any more H drops for the rest of the stage. So at the beginning of the game here, you get powered up more quickly if you take F. Powering up your main shot is dependent on those P chips that fall. This is going to be pretty random the way they drop, so can't count on getting every one of them. That guy, as long as you stay perfectly centered on him, his projectiles won't hit you. So now my sub-weapon's at max power, firing the green daggers. I don't really use the wide shot at all with Miyamoto. This is the only character I've really played at all in this game. They're all pretty similar though. Mostly just a speed difference. The homing weapons are kind of different, but the forward shots are pretty much just forward shots and the wide shots are just wide shots. I'm using a rapid fire button here, but because of the way that the shot works in this game, it doesn't really give you any advantage. It just saves you from having to tap the button at like a 2 hertz frequency. This isn't like Raiden where only one shot, you only get one shot per button press. This works more like a Psycho game, or like cave games where each time you press the button, the character shoots 3 or 4 times. And there's no focus shot here, so your character only has a single speed. That's why the character selection is important. If you want to be able to move slow, you need to take one of the slow characters. Miyamoto is the fastest, probably unnecessarily fast for the game. I pick him mostly just because I kind of like the way he looks. So you get lots of bombs in this game. They're not very useful defensively. They do clear the screen of bullets, so I guess they are somewhat useful defensively, but they don't give you vulnerability, so they're not great for panicking. You get lots of extends as well. There's an extend every 300,000. You get some bonus points for consecutively collecting weapons of the same type you have equipped after you're at max power. And getting P-chips when you're at max power gives you a tiny bonus as well. There are a lot of places where you can milk bosses. I don't know that it's really worth that many points. Really seem worth the time. Using the homing weapon, it's kind of hard to do also, because homing weapon just likes to target the boss for you. Yeah, here's an example where, like, I could have milked those tanks and those floating mines for a while. I'm not going to waste time with that. This boss is kind of annoying. I'm going to throw 3 bombs at him. He's just a bit more wiggly than I like. Yeah, get it over quickly with the 3 bombs. You can see we've still got 4 bombs left in stock. Early deaths don't really hurt too bad, because the biggest penalty for death is the power down. Like I said, if you get to the end of the game, you should probably have 6 lives with the extends that you're going to get. So losing 1 per stage is kind of feasible. The game is 7 stages, but the last 2 are just bosses. So yeah, it's the power down that hurts you when you die. Drag out boss fights longer than you want, and the boss fights here are already on the long side. Yeah, this is 2 free bombs there. We'll switch to F, because I prefer it for the boss of this stage. F has more consistent forward coverage, as you would expect from the forward fire weapon. And so when you face enemies with destructible projectiles, like the boss of this stage is going to have, F tends to cover them better than H. You can touch walls here, by the way, so despite this being an indoor stage, it's not particularly scary. I'm gonna bomb through this guy as well. Again, just because I don't like him. Ooh, I think the 3rd bomb probably did nothing. But yeah, he does that blue lightning laser. I haven't even really experimented with how that works, but it can kill you pretty quickly, so I always like to kill him before it comes into play. And once again, you can see I still have 3 bombs left in stock. So here, you can see where all the enemies are coming from, either from the tunnels on the sides of the screen. Oops, I didn't want that H. Went into autopilot for a second there. Or the dragons coming up are gonna appear from the background to get fair warning. And back to F. These giant mouth enemies suction you in, but as long as you're powered up, you can kill them before that's a threat. A lot of this game follows that rule. As long as you're powered up, you can kill the enemy before it's a threat. This game would have been great value for money in 1993 if you could find a cabinet. Easily put in a credit and lasts you 15 minutes without even knowing much of what's going on. But yeah, all these destructible shots is why I brought F to this fight. Should probably actually try to hit the weak point a little bit too. Most of these bosses have small weak points. Super quick fight being powered up. It's the best song in the game. I missed that H there. Get this one instead. Yeah, you'd think the forward shot does more damage than the homing shot, but you would be wrong. With odd balancing. Check it out, we're in the present day. Gotta be careful with these dragons. They will get off some attacks. Dragon planes, whatever you want to call them. Whoa. Never let them live that long before. More bombs. We're in space. So apparently that city was some kind of asteroid city. Maybe a chunk of the Earth was blown off into space when the Gobligans erupted. I'll take F for this boss as well. Once again, just he's going to fire a lot of destructible projectiles. And because I'm doing well so far, I think I'm just going to bomb this boss. Normally I would fight him for real. He's not too tough. But let's keep the momentum going. This is just the intro phase. Oh. This is the third rival fight. That, not sure if that even hit him. Oh, I've never seen him do a partial laser like that. Normally he goes all the way to the top of the screen with that laser. So the bomb sped up the fight a little bit, but we still had to do most of the normal dodges. That was pretty much all the patterns you'd see in that boss. So here comes the annoying stage. This is like the final stage of the game, basically. As I said, the last two stages are just bosses. And we also just got to the second extend at 600,000. Should be seeing the third extend and possibly even the fourth in this stage. Here you have to watch out for the kick bots across from you. Don't let them kick a block at you. You'd be fine with either F or H here, I think. But F kills quicker. The next segment coming up, though, you really do not want to have the forward shot. At least with Miyamoto, it makes the game substantially, or makes this segment substantially more difficult. And you'll see why. So there are the turrets along the walls, and these outcroppings sort of will block your forward shot and make it impossible to hit them without getting much closer. So like there, homing is just picking them off for me. And it does double duty by killing the flamethrower heads before they can even fire. Here, I want to seal the tanks in the center. Probably not necessary. Here, there's a really specific spot I sit in on top of the cannon to the left, so that I can attack the cannons while also getting the blue mages as soon as they come on screen. These flail tail guys are pretty dangerous. Again, if you're not powered up all the way, they can get an attack off. This one might, actually, yeah. You can see where when their tail attack is coming, based on when their tail starts to sparkle. Then you want to dodge. You kind of miss the drift tank. Watch anyone else's playthrough and they'll point it out. You still got plenty of bombs in stock. Here it's really just the blue mages that you gotta keep your eye on because they shoot fast. Lock on fireballs. This boss coming up is another place where it's very important to have the homing weapon instead of the forward shot weapon. And yeah, right here, you really want to be powered up because all the enemies in this segment have a lot of HP. Flail tails. These battleships that are in their docks. Here's Yogador. But these flying castles, I'm focused right now because I'm on a good run, Sorcer Striker. But what's up? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. And where are you playing shoot 'em ups? But yeah, you want to kill these flying castles before they hang around on screen too long because they do shoot a bunch of garbage. Alright, yeah, we got the next extend in there at 900,000. So this guy's kind of tough. He's kind of RNG as well. He's made up of a bunch of different segments that each do an individual attack, and only 2 are active at a time. I think we're gonna bomb dump here, as a matter of fact. Because he basically started out with the worst combo of attacks. The shoulder turrets fire, and the mouth shoots fireballs, but now the shoulder turrets are off. We could chill a little bit. What were you playing? Like absolute garbage? So I just want to finish off this shoulder turret before it becomes active again. Alright, I don't want the W. Still Batman Returns. You were playing that when we first met. About 6 months ago, probably, or 5 months ago. I'm gonna bomb dump. I just want to get this fight over with. It's stressing me out too much. Alright, we've got one bomb left going into the final stage. Well, the final real stage. Well, this one has multiple bosses. Stage 7 is just going to be one boss, but... yeah, so we just want to stay with homing here. Yeah, finish it this year. You got all year. Now's the time to be optimistic. I have never seen this pattern before. That was weird. I don't know that this game really has rank. I sort of thought it didn't. But it does have a pretty hefty chunk of RNG in terms of what bosses do and what order they do their attacks in. Alright. A little death there. It's not a big deal. Again, only big deal about the deaths is the power down, but I'm just going to have to deal with it at this point. We didn't really lose many bombs. We gotta watch which hand shakes. It's the right one. Now watch when he starts bouncing up and down real fast like that. It means he's gonna charge the screen. So you just line up with the head, stay at the bottom, and it won't hit you. He's gonna do it again. And he should be almost dead. Alright. Guys, very easy as long as you know what's coming. There was the 1.2 million extend. We're gonna bomb dump on Kage the Ninja. Really, 5 bombs? Which attacks he does is RNG. Always just sandwiched between the green dagger spin. Alright, so we're kind of powered down now, but we're going to try to just bomb our way out for the rest of the game. Oh, really? No, I should have bombed there. Bomb time. Not even sure whether I'm hurting him from behind. Flashing because his health being low. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Do have to sweep in here a little bit. I've never really fought this guy or any of the remaining bosses for real. Ooh, that's risky. Just let him do another sweep in. Alright, 2 bosses to go. The game's not gonna really help us out with power-ups from here, though. So I didn't save state practice these guys or anything. I've only been this far twice, so I don't have a great sense of what's to come. Alright, let's bomb now. See the lasers. Ah, that's weak. Loves bosses with 1,000,000 HP. Alright, let's hope 3 bombs is enough to take us through the final boss. What is Bashi? I don't know what that means. This is a good fake out ending. Hey everyone, what's up? Oh, okay, wait, we can't hit him from above with homing, but actually help. Oh, there's the 1.5 million extends. There we go, it only took 1 bomb actually. I got an extend anyway. There you go. There's a 1 credit clear. Sorcer Striker. That one was kind of... the difficulty of that game is so concentrated at the end that it made it a little bit unsatisfying to do. Because it's really not a particularly challenging game. And most of the length kind of just plays itself. But it is pretty fun. It's colorful. Pages are varied. I'm gonna try the Japanese version after this. But yeah, actually I guess I should try loop 2 first. Play before you get into loop 2. I don't think these fireballs are homing on loop 1. Oh, we can still seal the turrets. That's good to know. Be careful with this guy. I hope the boss is hard. I don't want to have to play too much in Loop 2 here. I'm not a Loop 2 kind of guy. I want the game to have a definitive ending. And for that definitive ending to occur within 30 to 40 minutes of starting. Are you gonna do anything different? Try the same strat as before? Just staying centered up with him? All the enemies that fire bullets are definitely firing them more frequently. Probably gonna have to watch out for more bullets from the mini enemies this guy spawns. Actually, he seems to be spawning more of them in general. But they're actually not. I expected them to be shooting bullets by now. Two-thirds of the way to another extend at 1.8 million. And those guys are pretty much the same. I'm gonna switch back to H. And we're all the way powered up again. So far, not much is really different in this stage, or I don't really notice any differences. Whoa, okay. Those things are shooting three-way fireballs this time. The turret's on top of the cannons instead of just two-way. I think the main reason to play this game is just for the scenery. It's solid. It's very solid shooting gameplay. I think it'd be a good beginner game. Doesn't ever make you feel too pressured. We're definitely gonna use bomb here. But yeah, I think the compile games that were done by Toyama and Nakashima are better than this one. Musha, Spriggan, maybe not GGLSA. Definitely those two. I gotta play Spriggan Mark II at some point. These turrets are firing much faster. Well, that was close. Let's bomb through this guy. One. Oh, those green bullets are doubled up. Two. Homing bullets are doubled up. 3 bombs wasn't enough to kill him, which it was on the first loop. should have just thrown down a 4th bomb instead of taking that death. Well, technically he did get you, Miyamoto. Also, I did not get an extend at 1.8 million, so it looks like no extends on loop 2. So these prison guards are spitting out bullets that they weren't on loop 1. Right now this, I don't think these guys have more HP. It's hard to tell because I'm powered down in a way that I wouldn't have been on loop 1. Dying on that boss. These guys still drop bombs at least. Oops. Big whiff. Wanted to try to deal with that laser honestly that time. I wasn't going to get any extends on the loop. Well, that's it for Sorcer Striker. Rising's first game. Yuichi Toyama and Kazuyuki Nakashima, who would go on to make the rest of this series. Kingdom Grand Prix and Dimahoo, as well as Soukyugurentai. Nakashima would also go on to be the director of Battle Garega.